Today we're going to be talking about Cogongrass and where it is in the state of South Carolina. Hi, my name is Caroline Oatley and I work for Clemson University's Regulatory Services in their invasive species program. Cogongrass is technically a noxious weed. It really takes over environments, as you can see. It grows really densely. When it catches on fire, it burns really fast and really hot. It can spark up a building or a vehicle nearby, so we worry about property damage, but it also just disturbs the natural habitat so much so that natives cannot succeed or sometimes even reestablish themselves. And it's really difficult to eradicate because it's adapted so much to this environment.
Yeah, we're in Hampton County. There's a couple sites in this area. This is the one that's just been reported with last year. And so we're getting a second application. It was really, really thick last year. It's a lot thinner this year. We're hoping to have it eradicated after this application.
It mostly likes this woody environment where it can get a lot of sunlight. It doesn't particularly like the shade, but it still can establish itself there. It's gonna be around shrubs, around trees, mostly in landscaped areas or urbanized areas. It really likes roadsides, and it's a very persistent plant, so we've even seen it grown in sandbags, on sidewalks, through bushes, and you can find it simply just in a garden bed. There are a lot of lookalikes. A lot of sedges, a lot of bluegrasses, and Johnson grass are its main lookalikes, but there are a variety of others.
Cogongrass is a grass. Things that also look like grasses are sedges and rushes. Sedges have edges, so if you run your fingers around it, you'll feel like a triangle, or they're just a little stiffer. Rushes are round. This here is the Cogongrass mixed in with a sedge. This is one you kind of have to get your hands on. They look very similar, but once we pull it up, the leaf blades have a little more edge, and if I roll it in my fingers like this, it's triangular, and I can really feel those edges. Their flowers also look really different. So these will persist for a little bit. So if you see the sedge, you should be able to see the flowers. There's some bluegrass over here. This one grows more in a clump compared to Cogongrass. And here at the base, it's a lot flatter. This genus actually flowers in the fall rather than Cogongrass, which flowers in the spring. Another key difference with these grasses is in their roots. So Cogongrass has these really sharp roots, which are probably the easiest way to identify it. If you dig it up, you're gonna find these. That bluegrass, this is what the roots look like. Nothing nearly as strong, nothing as pokey. And then the sedge, yeah, see how easy that came up? And its roots are relatively shallow, not very thick compared to this guy.
See, it has serrated edges and the mid vein is very off center. As you go up, it kind of disappears, but you can still kind of see it right there, how it's a little bit off center. Right here is a really good example. It's a lot closer to this side than this side. And again, when I'm running my hands through it, it just feels kind of itchy. It doesn't feel that great. It's going to be very pointy at the end. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be this light green color. We have seen it in a little bit darker variations. And you can see that it kind of just flops over like this. And it flops over on itself and other plants around it. It doesn't really stick up straight. Now, these blades of grass can grow to like 6 to 7 feet high. We've seen it in quite a few places grow that high, so you can even imagine how big and how dense that root system is gonna be.
Anytime you have soil moving around, the rhizomes are particularly resilient, and they break off very easily, and so it just takes a little tiny piece of any of the root structure to start another outbreak like you see here on the side of the road. So it's soil disturbance and moving of soil is key. And a lot of what we see like here is like nursery stock, where it's a human, we're moving it around because it was actually a traded item. Was it Japanese bloodgrass? And this, the Cogongrass is a native state of that. And so a lot of our outbreaks are part of that, but the extension of that is when people move these soil to where the outbreaks are at, and then you get all along the side of a road where somebody is scraping the side of the road, and then it gets spread, medians during construction sites. So it's really important to make sure that when you're moving soil around, that you're aware of where it comes from and not a area where there may be Cogongrass. The seeds are thought to be sterile, and it's all the evidence points that it doesn't reproduce by seeds at all. It's just mainly soil disturbance. So if you have Japanese bloodgrass in your nursery collection, please do not plant it somewhere where it can escape and become Cogongrass and cause issues with fire hazards, ecological impacts in terms of monocultures and suppressing and pushing out native species. There's a lot of things there's a lot of reasons why we want to control it, for sure. Call and report it to the Department of Plant Industry, and we will handle that as long as we're receiving funds to spray and eradicate it. We don't give recommendations, but we will definitely come and get rid of it for you if it's Cogongrass.